With Autostyle songs, you get a complete musical arrangement in seconds. All you have to do is enter a chord sequence and select a musical style. We start at the welcome screen, where we choose to create a new song. We are creating an Autostyle song, and here we can select some basic starting options. The time signature and song length will do to begin with, but let's try a couple of different styles. The default style is a simple strumming pattern, but we can choose any other style if we know what we want. There are many styles available. Next, we choose which tracks to include. The style will normally handle the drums, bass, rhythm and riff tracks for us, and we provide the chords, melody and possibly the lyrics. Here we can enter the title and credits of our new song, but we can also do this later. Let's begin. The first thing to notice is that the drums, bass, rhythm and riff tracks are showing an Autostyle symbol. This means that Songtrix will fill them automatically with musical events according to our selected style. Let's take a closer look at the bass track, for example. Whereas events that we create ourselves are coloured, these Autostyle events are shown in grey and can't be selected or moved. Songtrix decides which events to generate by combining the style and chord we have selected. Although we haven't chosen any chords yet, Songtrix has got us started by placing a C major chord in the first bar. We can change this or just add to it. Let's hear a couple of bars to begin with. Not a bad start, but it needs a few chord changes to create a sense of movement. The chords track is split into segments at each bar, and we can select a different chord in each segment. At the moment, the C major chord continues through the whole song because of the following repeat segments, indicated by this repeat symbol. We can put a chord change into the second bar by selecting it and pressing the down arrow. We select a chord by combining the root note and the chord type. We can audition chords first using the middle mouse button. So, let's add a simple chord progression by selecting new chords for the second, third, and fourth bars. As we do this, Songtrix instantly updates the Autostyle events in the other tracks to suit these new chords. If you need help choosing chords for your songs, you'll find tools and advice in the other videos and in the How Music Works tutorials. Let's see how that sounds now. Much better, but when we hit the fifth bar, it feels like the whole sequence should be repeated. Instead of entering all the chords again, we can simply select them, copy them, and paste them into the second row. But maybe we're not so sure about our style anymore. That's no problem. We can change it using the drop-down list up in the transport bar. The Change Style window appears and auditions the style we just selected. We can hear it again with this button, or just work our way through the list until we find the one we want. Then press OK to accept. The Autostyle tracks are updated and the chord sequence is now producing a song with a very different feel. Notice how the voices of the instruments and the song tempo have also changed with the style. Not only has Songtrix generated this music for us, but it's also prepared staff notation that we can see and play in staff view and also print. If we were to add a melody, it would also be notated for us, as you will see in another video. You may prefer to change styles in staff view, so you can see the effect of the style changes directly on the staff notation. There are over 80 styles supplied with Songtrix, and more can be downloaded from the Chord Wizard network, so there's plenty of choice. But styles can also be applied separately to different tracks, giving us thousands of combinations to explore. For example, this rhythm part is quite simple. If we want to add a little more interest, we can highlight it and choose a different style, but apply only to the rhythm track. Now we have a more interesting and original styling variation for our song. Even with all these choices though, you may still want the musical dynamic to change during the song. For example, the verse and chorus section are usually played differently to create a better sense of balance and contrast. Songtrix can do this with substyles. If we return to Mixer View, we see this red A symbol in bar 1 indicating substyle A. Let's say we want the dynamic of our song to change halfway through at bar 5. We move the focus to this bar and add a section marker. We'll label it as the chorus and mark it as substyle B. Notice while we are here the ending substyle, which can add a polished finish to your songs. If we play through this transition, you hear that we get a build-up in bar 4, followed by a stronger and busier arrangement in our new chorus section. Although Songtrix does all this work for us with auto styles, we never lose control. If we ever feel that a generated part is not quite right, we can select the auto style segment and render it to get real events, which you can see are now coloured. If we open the bass track now, you will see that these events can be edited, selected and adjusted however you like. Auto styles are great for composing to get a quick sense of how your song ideas work, and they are also fantastic for creating jam tracks to practice improvising with. Watch now as we create a 12-bar blues in less time than it takes to play it, starting with a new auto style song in a blues style that is 12 bars long. We skip through these. The song will be in the key of A. To save time, we can use the right-click menu to copy and paste this chord to other places in the song. Then we can add other chords in between and then we are done. Let's hear this through while I jam over the top.